You know what's killing me? Weight Watchers. You look great though. Well, yeah, that's true, but there's one major drawback to Weight Watchers, and that is that you can't do Nicki Minaj impressions anymore. Man, because if you ain't got buns on, then I kinda don't want one. So, next up we have Hugo and Russell performing Fatal Beatings, a comedic skit.
Well there, Mr. Perkins. It was good of you to come in. I realize you're a busy man, but I didn't think this matter could be discussed over the electric telephone.
No, Headmaster. I mean, if Tommy is in some sort of trouble, then I'd like to nip it right in the bud.
Well, quite frankly, Tommy is in trouble. Recently, his behavior has left a great deal to be desired.
Dear.
He refuses to muck in sports field. And it's been weeks since any master has received any written report.
Dear me.
Quite frankly, Mr. Perkins, if your son wasn't dead, I'd have him expelled.
I beg your pardon.
Yes, expelled! You see, if I wasn't making allowances for the fact your son is dead, he'd be out of here.
My son is dead?
Yes, he's up there now in sick bay, stiff as a board and bright green. And this is, as I fear, typical of his character and attitude. You see, the boy has no sense of moderation. One moment he's flying about like a paper kite, and the next moment he's completely immovable and beginning to smell.
Well, how did he die?
Well, is that important?
Oh, why, yes, I think so!
Well, you see, it all has to do with the library. We've had some trouble recently with the library. Kids have been popping into the library, taking library books without library cards. I caught your son and administered a beating during which he died. You'll be glad to know, though, that we won't be having any more library problems with us. You see, the library card system is this system which I developed myself.
I'm sorry. You beat my son.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to being interrupted. So the library card system is one I developed myself previously to avoid
What happened?
Well, apparently students were jumping into the library and taking the books.
No, during the beating.
Well, I mean, at one point he was kneeling down. Later on he was lying on the floor. I mean,
Dead!
Deadish. I mean, Mr. Perkins, I'm quite startled with your morbid fascination for your son's death. What I'm talking about here is his attitude. And quite frankly, I can see where he gets it from.
Well, I wasn't the one who beat my son to death!
Well, it was perfectly clear since the beginning. I wondered then, as I wonder now, that this young boy would have turned a different man indeed if you had administered a few fatal beatings early on.
Are you mad?
I'm furious! In order to culminate the funeral, I have to cancel school on afternoon Wednesday.
This is preposterous!
Yes, it is. Or at least it would be, if it were true.
What?
I've been joking, Mr. Perkins. Pardon my strange academic sense of humor. I've been putting on
Oh, thank God.
I wouldn't cancel afternoon school to bury that little shit.